We need to solve this equation, the square root of t minus 19 plus 10 equals negative 5. So when you're solving these types of equations, the very first thing you want to do is isolate this square root part right here. We want to get that all by itself. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract that 10 from both sides to start isolating it. So now we just have the square root of t minus 19 equals negative 5 minus 10, or negative 15. Now there's no number in front of the square root, so we don't have to divide anything. So now we can go right to getting rid of the square root. So what we're going to do is we're going to square both sides. So if the square root and the squared cancel each other out, we end up with t minus 19 equals 225. Okay, so now we want to finish solving for t, so we're going to add the 19 to each side. Okay, so we add that. Those 19s cancel. I end up with t equals, so 9 plus 5, we get 14, 2, 3, 4, and 2. So t would equal 244. Now one thing you have to be super careful with is you have to check these problems. So on some of the other ones, other types of problems, we say this is a way you can check. On this one, it's actually part of the problem that you have to check it. Okay, and that's because sometimes with the square root and squaring, sometimes it kind of tricks us into thinking a negative number works out when it doesn't. So let's go ahead and check this and see what happens. So we have 244, square root of 244 minus 19 plus 10 equals negative 5. So what we're going to do is see if this does equal negative 5. Well, 244 minus 19, we can see from our work right here, that's just going to be 225, square root of 225 plus 10. Again, we're seeing, does this equal negative 5? So square root of 225 is 15 plus 10. Well, that's not going to work out, is it? 25 does not equal negative 5. So on this one, this is an extraneous solution. This does not work. Or actually on this one, we can just say no solution. So we would say for the answer no solution, because when we substitute it in, it makes it untrue. Notice that this line right here, I'm going to rewrite this line before we multiplied it out. Notice it was square root of t minus 19 equals negative 15. This is where we should have maybe seen a red flag. We know whatever comes out of a square root has to be positive. It's not going to equal a negative number. And so that right there was our hint that this one was no solution. But if you solve it out, it's fine. You just have to check these ones to see if it works or not.